So, yes. So here we are live again on the topic of growing understanding of love. I was thinking about it. So many ways: growing in love, growing with love, growing understanding of love. And if you keep on changing, the meaning's changing. No? Rising in love, falling in love, growing in love, understanding in love. Such a vast world. And as a therapist, if I play as a role of therapist, and we start to decipher the meaning behind the word, it's a natural language programming. Each word has a unique settings in the mind and experience of the people very differently. And love for sure is one of that great thing. Like we say, love, meditation, God. These three words are such that you can't claim them. You cannot claim that I know love, I know meditation, I know God. But whatever we have experienced, and we suggest all the meditators that please keep these three words in a way of learning. I'm learning in love, learning meditation, learning God experiences. So if you keep in the mode of learning, because it cannot be, you cannot put a full stop. This is pure love. No, this is, and it cannot be purified more. So the meditation can keep on refining with experiences. Love keep on refining. And also the God, the more you experience, the meaning behind God keeps on changing with this. So here we have to have the growing understanding of love. In another way also I saw, like in philosophy, we study the history of words, like one word, how this one word changed its meaning due hundreds of years and keeps on changing, the understanding about. But if we see in ourselves as each person carrying a philosophy of the life, what is life? So each person must be carrying this word in their mind journey of life. How the same word love keeps on changing when we were 1 year old, 3 year old, 5, 7, 10, teenagers, youth, adult, parent, grandparent. So this love keeps on changing, no? The meaning behind it. So we can also see in a way that the history, origin of love, the way it is defined. Same love, Jesus says love is God. He's equating love parallel to God. And we also say we love, I love you, anytime, to any person. So in this whole scenario, we will be listening your unique history and understanding with this word, if you'd like to share.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so this is really cool. So yesterday I had this epiphany, and after, we decided what we were going to do the Zoom on, and I came up and I wrote something on Facebook that I want to share. And it's basically totally connected to yours, but maybe a little more simplified. Anyway, so I had this epiphany today. Living life and honoring as well as knowing yourself is all it takes to be happy. It's not about the doing, but being you. Each moment is a miracle. We are miracles. Sharing love with each other. Remember, love means evolve. We help each other. We help each other evolve and remember who we are. We are light. So that the evolving, it's a constant evolving. It's weird because I wrote a song called Unconditional Love. And I can't remember, maybe it was when I had my first children and I saw the connection, the heart connection with my children. And it spurred me to write a song called Unconditional Love. And you know what? I was just thinking too, if we get mad at somebody, instead of raising our voice and being angry, if we just make ourselves say, I love you, it would change the whole scenario in the moment, the energy. If we could control our thought to not get upset and just say, dang it, I love you.
I have to work a lot with people and basically with anger.
Yeah.
And my understanding of anger was mind opening in my trainings of natural language programming training, in which we were dealing with the people all the time. And anger is the one of the thing which everybody is facing, no? Anger. And we have a lot ways to be angry and show our anger. We also show this anger in expression of love. No? And my mind opening was to seeing this anger in a very different way. And yes, Richard McHugh, genius kind of in his work. And we learned that anger is a contracting emotion.
Oh, yeah.
And today also, I was on since few days when I opened this, I published this title, no, as this. I was thinking, and I find out that in all the scenario of life, wherever anger appearing, wherever I saw anger appearing in relationships, it's always someone is blocking the love. Either of the person is blocking the love, pure love. And that's where another is becoming angry, or you are becoming. So in all the situation, if you have been angry and watch the whole life pattern, like suppose you want to share your love something to someone, and instead of receiving, this person blocks it, you will be immediately angry.
Be what?
Angry. You will be, the first expression will be anger. And it's the same, the vice versa. And if the both are blocking, then it's the worst situation. It's the Cold War. The Cold War. Cold War is nothing. Both are blocking the expression of love. And even one is expressing, another is cutting, turning up in the Cold War. Else, it is a hot war. Anger is a hot war. So immediate expression. Then also thought about this phenomena of anger and love. Anger and love. So this is emotional experience. Also, yeah, in any way it's blockage. Then another matter of anger. I don't want to go. Another expression is like, suppose I am freely expressing myself and somebody blocks my hand, like I'm dancing and I am synchronizing my movement and someone comes and blocks it. Again, anger, like someone is coming on your way of free expression. So, and love has been the center of all the relationship which I have been dealing with, like divorce and other traumas which people carry in deep relationships. Like they break up, but still the trauma is there, the memory is there. And in severe cases, I saw that women becoming like, they are becoming like a nun, dropping their husband, a woman, dropping her husband, and she turned out to be is very spiritual and like working as a priest. But this phenomena was there when I started working. and it was eye-opening to see, that she cut off, like husband wants to communicate. So he wanted to say something and she didn't, she cut off. Then he became more angry because you are cutting off. So he coming out with love, more suppressed, more angry, and more and more. One time it come that it lead to divorce. He become violent. The person become violent to the physical abuse. But and when we started working after long years, it was really an eye-opening for this woman that my husband actually wanted just to talk to me. And this cut keep on to the physical violence. So if we can express love, we cannot be angry. It's impossible. Impossible. And I saw in all kinds of relationship this strange turning of energy, love into anger. So anger, I all the time saw nothing, just person is unable to express the love.
Totally. I totally agree with you.
Because in spiritual phenomena, we work only on two kinds of energy. Basically, people working, one is sex for the transformation into ecstasy or bliss, whatever. But this phenomena, anger into compassion, is the final alchemy, if somebody can manage. So if some people can manage, then they cannot be angry because they have transformed love into compassion. Their love is transformed, raw. It's not raw anymore. So this is it. I'm saying this was my insight, thinking about it and seeing when after publishing the title, I started reflecting on all the way, wherever fight is happening. And I saw this nothing. And also working with people, many times we cut off. No? We learn, oh, I need to adult. No? Adult has ambition. It doesn't have time. It has to prove itself. So anything coming, it keeps on cutting the love and becomes a successful adult. And after some time, it turns out that now he's only having anger and wrath.
What?
Only having anger and wrath in his psychology, in his emotions. And he doesn't understand how, why. He works so hard, becomes successful, earn money, all the resources, and now he's angry.
Think there's a big difference between men and women? I mean, I kind of feel there is.
Yeah, I can only say from
DNA.
a point of view. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can come out with a woman point of view, which I cannot feel.
Well, their actual physiology affects it, don't you think, at all?
Okay, enlighten me. I'm all ears.
What?
I'm all ears, enlighten me.
No.
These tips must be useful in my life too. Some understanding.
No, I'm just saying that I think, our genetics men have more chromosomes than women in different areas, and I think that affects it too. And even the Dalai Lama talked about that. But the one thing I noticed about people that get angry is they stop breathing. They disconnect with their breath. And so what I've always said is you can't get angry if you're breathing properly.
So impossible. That's a different, completely yogic knowledge you are bringing in.
Yeah,
this is my realm.
You know me. I mean, but what I'm guided, I do, right? But that's a skill for somebody too.
You are jumping to the remedies directly. It is a remedy. It's a remedy. Remedy. Remedy.
Calamity.
Remedy.
Remedy. Yes.
It's a remedy.
Yes. Remedy.
Learning So managing anger through breath, like different kinds of breath.
But that's a good skill to know, and
You
I've
can
taught that.
evoke different kinds of emotions. Like in yoga, it's only one diagnosis of all psychological issues. That we have two pranas and apanas. No? Like one, we have capacity to suck. Our body has capacity to receive prana, take it from the environment. And another capacity, we have to throw it.
Exactly.
So these two capacity we work, basically these two capacity. But all these psychological issues, psychosomatic issues of all that toxifications, any kind of toxic collection of toxics in the mind or in the body, it only relates to capacity to suck the prana, take it in. That's the only capacity. If you can enlarge it, yes, all toxics will be released from the body, physically also, like your stool, urine, large intestine. These three will function very smoothly if you know how to work with breath. It's
with
different.
breath. Oh, I know. I've had miracle things happen when I've used my breath. And don't you think, I think focus has something to do with that too. If you visualize it, you speak it, and you focus it, we're powerful beings. We really don't realize how important each one of us are and what we can do to make the planet better.
Well, in Eastern way, we only focus on breath. But in Western way, if you improvise this, bringing positive intentions with words, with this improvisation and the breath, yes, it will be multiplied effect.
Yeah, it's like it increases it. So yeah, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention here. Let me check this out. Well, we were talking about love. So, and a lot of times we talk about children, obviously, because I had so many. But what's really interesting is if we can love unconditionally. And I just want to bring this up because I think it's important because it just popped in my mind after you sent that, what we were going to do it on. When my grandson, I was 8 months pregnant when my daughter got pregnant because I had my fifth child in my 40s. And my 20-year-old daughter got pregnant. And so she's having this baby. I'm 8 months pregnant. Anyway, so what's really cute is she came in to tell me, and I didn't believe her. I thought she was kidding. Anyway, so after he was born, my son was 8 months old. And so I went to the hospital and she said, Mom, he's screaming. He's so hungry because their colostrum, women, after they have a baby, the colostrum comes in first. And it takes a while for that to happen. She said, I don't want to give him a bottle. She said, will you nurse him? I said, watch the door for the nurse. So I actually nursed my grandson in the hospital so that he'd go to sleep and he wouldn't cry because she was so freaked out. But I thought about that, and some of the people I told that to, they just thought that was terrible. But that was love. We can't worry about what people think. We have to do what our heart tells us and what feels kind and loving. And that has been my biggest journey being a sensitive, is to not feel everybody else's judgment and be able to be who I am and let my love flow. So that's a really big thing, I think, for people to know, is know yourself. And it's easier to love everyone. Don't you think?
Yes.
Mr. Shree?
Yes, yes. Why not? Why not? Love expression is with somebody and without somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
With somebody, we are dependent some way. I have love. I want to express to you. But in no way I am sure you will receive it, not receive it, block it. And if I get dependent on sharing of my love with anything which has the capacity to block it, and it's out of my control, then in relationship, dependency begins. And then we say why we are in hell. We thought we are angels.
It's a good vision, right?
Yeah, certainly. So what is the issue? Issue is that we are becoming dependent. And dependency never brings happiness. Like anyway, dependency brings weakness. And that's a very crux issue to understand the expression of love. I will say we should have two ways of expression of love. One, dependent, so that we should learn interdependency and sharing. Another should be independent.
Oh, definitely.
Independent in a way, in any way, if you say it's independent, it's not independent because it's always dynamic. Love, always dynamic, expressing itself. Dynamic. It's a dynamic force. Dynamic force. It's not a constant, like is water like this. It's a dynamic force. And if we make it dependent, it's always dependent in a way, yes. If you relate to river, if you relate to sun, not human, it's somebody else. The joy of relating in love, depending on with what you are relating and how conscious it is. And how, like, it's very difficult. Let's go another way, of understanding. Yes, yeah, risk factor, learning factor. Like I can very easily love a pet. I had a cat, live example. And this cat left my house 3 days, 4 days happened. Now each time I sleep, remembering him, he was the first person I was interacting in the morning, 4 o'clock. Everybody sleeping. And if I don't wake up, he knows my time. 4 o'clock, sit on my head, start saying, open the door, let's go out, play, do something, hug me. And cat is the very strange animal, like dog, cows, horse, they have different behaviors. No? Cat is the only animal which thinks that he is worthy of love. I'm worthy of love. And as much you can give, I'm worthy of more than that. No? So in order to receiving, it has unlimited power to receive. You can throw all your love and it will receive all. While other animals like cow, no? Cow, even if you feed a cow one bread, she will be satisfied and will be blessing. Not with the cat. If you give one bread to dog once, it will never leave you, dog. But cat is a very strange, this kind of, but very nice in a way that you can go to the extreme of your expression and the cat will not say it's enough. You can keep on giving. So here also you were talking about breath, the quality of energy into the breath and bringing love there. So it's the capacity to give and receive, basically. We can apply different techniques of pranayama and technical improvisations of opening the lungs and lower lungs and the diaphragm and controlling the systems. We can simulate the behaviors through the prana, through changing the breath system. But if you want to fix permanently our psychosomatic system in the mind, psychosomatic system, the mind and the body relationship in any kind of emotions, and continuing parallel to the breath. So it's just the capacity to give and receive. It doesn't matter what.
I have an affirmation I try to do every day. And it is, I am the light of love. The light of love surrounds me. The light of love goes through me. The light of love protects me. The light of love takes care of all my wants, needs, and desires. I am the light of love. And to start your day out like that, for me, it just puts me in a Zen state of peace, starting it. So that's a good affirmation if anybody wants to use it. Interesting. So I'm looking at some of the other things
what happened to Powell today?
What?
Powell? Today nobody. I thought is an interesting topic. Everybody will come to speak something. So easy. Love is a completely universal phenomena. Anybody can speak. And here only me and you.
Yeah, and unbelievable that that is one of the most important things there are.
Yeah, I put in the group, everybody excited. Yes, yeah, very, very, very good topic. Nobody comes.
Oh, well, what I was going to share was, I think with love, it can come through the eyes. So when I meet someone, I try to look straight in their eyes and be able to connect at that place, because then it goes into the soul. The eyes are the doorway to the soul. And then if you smile, I think a smile really makes a difference. When, like when my children get upset about something, I start laughing. They'll go, Mom, why are you laughing? I said, because this is so silly. Think about it. And they'll look at me, and instead of supporting what they're doing or they're acting, I twist it to make, is this really worth you getting angry about? So I guess I'm giving more skills, but it's helped me through the years on dealing with anger issues. So I wanted to share that one anyway, because it works with my kids.
Pardon me, just a thought cross that in USA, in America, can a woman sue you? Can a woman sue a man for looking into the eyes more than 30 seconds?
No.
As just passing just passing the territory, just passing, like if I can see in your eyes for more than 30 seconds directly, in eye to eye, and a stranger.
Where's that a law at?
No,
that you can't do that.
I don't know, just people talking gossips, no? There's so many gossips about Indians. There are so many gossips about Americans also.
Okay, so I'm single, right? A few years ago, I love rock bands because I used to play in one. So I go to hear live bands. And so I was at this bar and I had read this article about if you look at someone for so many seconds and connect eyes with them, you will be able to talk to them. So I actually was sitting at the bar listening to the band, and I looked over at the sky and I thought, I'm going to try this. So I looked over him, he looked at me, and I just stared at him for, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And it wasn't long, and he came over and sat down. I went, oh my God, it works. So there's something to that. but I mean, it wasn't a direct thing for anything. I was just experimenting with the whole concept of it. But anyway, so I think the eye contact is very powerful in the sense of allowing people to know you're open. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah,
Open to connect.
like finding intelligent way to finding way all the time to keep on expressing your love this way
Yeah,
or that way in any of the action. For the best is for anger money, like even making tea, doing this, doing that. Keep on expressing, finding always an avenue to express your love in some way. Yes, here in the expression has different levels of consciousness of relating.
right.
You can relate to your um, inanimate kingdoms, like you can love your car, the
Name
expression.
mine.
And if we go a little bit up, then we find the plant kingdoms. You can love watering plants. You can love gardening. You can love going to forest. You can love to be in natural phenomena, more close to nature. If you grow up a little bit on that to share the experience of love with something, then animals, connecting to the animals. And if we really want to be immediate enlightenment, then human to human relationships, and also opposite sex relations, the web of honey, honeybee. It says a web of honeybee to try to fix the relationship in the spouse relationships. So it's the most complex phenomena because there's the limitations, like animals cannot block love. But humans can do it. Humans have freedom to receive, not to receive, complex psychology. And maximum growth of the mind is possible with human. And maximum risk. The transformation happens inside of the soul, how much soul is taking risk to change its own ecosystem. Like a relationship more risky and threatening to, you have to overall change your ecosystem. Then you will have to change, but you change in love. Change in love. So changing in love, we don't say change, we say transformation. In other way, we can say change. I'm
Or
changing something.
evolve. Yeah.
Changing something. So here, this is the human. If, and there is each places, you will find a limitation of expression. And less risk. You worship a stone, very less risk. But if you worship a little bit live, an animal, you are not sure. Receive, not receive, and you will have to learn, evolve, learn the animal, the behaviors, and adjust with your own temperament, ego. So you have all the chance to see yourself reflecting in relationship with this animal. You can reflect the whole psychology. But it's still limited. There's a limit that this animal will challenge your ecosystem. Certain limits, yeah, certain evolve. So, but a human can really radically challenge your whole outlook, the way you think, the way you define yourself. So there is a complete risk with a human. But more we take risk, more is a chance of transformation. And there is one, the greater risk we call relating with consciousness or God. So everywhere comes a limitation of expression, of giving and receiving. with river, with plant, with tree, with mountain, with flower, with animal, with human. But in each places, you will see there is a limitation. And when we start to look for, is there something where an unconditional love can be experienced? We call for unconditional love, but in life we see there is conditions. The cat is putting a condition to receive love. The cow is putting a condition to receive love. The dog is putting a condition to receive love and a condition to express it. In some amount, it is there.
Explain how.
Hmm?
How are they creating a condition?
Like cat, it has its own way. If you don't listen to them, they have an own way of receiving love. And if you don't touch this way, they will run away. If you touch this way, then they stay. So if you obey them, if you follow them, they love you. If you don't follow them, they don't love you. It's conditional.
You don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. I've had
It's a
tons
conditional.
of stories about animals.
Each animal has a certain conditions. Each tree will also have a condition. So everywhere there is a condition. Less and less condition we find in more and more evolved beings. That's how we calculate how much your soul is evolved, how much unconditionally it can receive and give. That much the evolution. And we say Jesus, Buddha, or we put them in the highest pedestal of evolution, we realize that they have infinite receiving love and giving love. If you can give love, they can receive as much you can give. To your heart content of emptiness. You will not find it with humans. There's a limit. Human will put, no, I cannot receive more than this. And I cannot give more than this. This limitation, realization of this limitation is a search for God. Why we will look for at all to God? To experience this unconditional love. Not possible with humans. Very rare.
Isn't that enlightenment? Isn't that called enlightenment when you can achieve that or not?
You can call it enlightenment. You can also call it enlightenment for sure in experience. And you can also call it enlightenment in intellectual way of understanding the phenomena is also enlightenment. Glimpse of enlightenment. Realizing this, why at all I will look or search for God? For God, from where the search begins is capacity. You are looking to adjust yourself fully and completely. In love, you want to pour, give all what you have.
You know, when people ask me, you know, if I'm religious, because I get that a lot. Do you believe in? First thing I say is I'm a born again Janine. But
no, it's a considerable phenomenon when an enlightened person equates it. equating love to God.
Yeah.
In India, we have many orthodox systems, and everyone equating it, like Patanjali Yoga, equating God with mind. If your mind becomes fully contentless and you become fully contented, then it becomes the mind of the God. I mean, the consciousness. Same way, many ways in India, we have many systems equating it with mind, with ego, tantra systems, with body, senses. No, body is God. This very body is God. This very mind is God. This very ego is God. This very intelligence is God. So people are trying it in many ways. But this is a very unique way of thinking, that equating love with God, that they are one. If we think in this way, the heart people will think in this way. From my point of view will be the search of God is a search of unconditional love, nothing else.
It's all pretty simple. And so many times I hear people complicate life, and we do that with our belief systems and our mind. We think there's have tos, and there really aren't any have tos. I mean, I know they're realistic, you have to pay taxes, or I guess that's a have to, isn't it? Oh, geez. But I have found that when you really believe in something, and I've always believed in unconditional love, the universe takes care of you. Things just happen in positive ways when you're putting out positive energy. Now, and it's interesting, I had somebody ask me that the other day. What are you talking about? And I said, well, if you take a cupboard door and you slam it shut, it could come back and hit you in the face. But if you shut the door gently, the door's not going to come back and hit you. And when we create force, whether it be force, I think, is what creates imbalance, is a good word. If we force things, it comes back and forth. If we flow, everything flows with us. Does that make sense?
Maybe a little bit more if you speak.
What? What did you say?
I mean, a little bit more if you speak, it will make more sense.
Well, and so I can't remember what I was talking about with somebody on LinkedIn, and the whole thing in life is to flow. That's the best word I can think of. Because if we flow, we don't create a reaction, because I teach metaphysics. So every reaction creates an action. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you get angry, and I've taught this in classes in high schools, where when two people get mad at each other, if there was a camera there, they would see the energy being pushed and pulled between the two people. And when it's all done, usually they're both exhausted, nobody's won, and it was futile. Mm-hmm. So I said, so when that happens, I have found that people that are angry are low on energy. Mm-hmm. And they want to take energy. Mm-hmm. And so you send them love, but you turn and walk away, because otherwise you can't change somebody's thought process or their anger. All you can do is remove yourself. And to me, that can be love there, and just not combating with them and just allowing them their process. Sometimes by not saying anything, you're saying everything, because they have to reflect what they're saying. That makes sense?
It's making sense. No, it's like expression of love to a person who is angry. What you will do? Like a person is angry, I try to make, he's already blocking the love. So if I give more love, he becomes more angry.
Yeah.
Because he has to apply more power to block it. If I give more love, he becomes more angry. This question is how to handle this kind of situation.
I have another story. So I was working at this newspaper, and I had a woman that came in every day and just slammed the door. She was just a very unhappy person. And I would just sit there and I would just keep my peace and do my work because I was working for a newspaper. So then she'd go up and sit at her desk and she'd be throwing stuff around on her desk. And I'd be like, oh my God. In fact, the plant on my desk never grew because she was taking so much energy. Well, one day she said to me, and I'll cut the story short, she goes, you think you're so perfect. And I said, I am perfect. You just haven't realized you are yet. And she looked at me and it completely threw her off. She just did not like me from the very start. So inevitably, she got fired from work. After that, my plant just bloomed and grew all over my desk because she was taking the energy from my plant. And that's why it never grew. Later on, I saw her somewhere and she came up and hugged me. And I was like, I was totally in shock. She just came up and hugged me while I saw her. And she goes, how are you? How are you doing? And I just went, wonderful. But isn't it amazing when you try to empower people, how it can come back to you? Because I never expected her to ever come up and just hug me. So it was a beautiful experience, even though working with her was horrific.
Yeah, this is a very challenging situations even for me, like expression of love and blockage, because the moment anybody blocking, reactions like anger, frustrations, fight starts to happen. I found it for me to keep distance and let the person be, because if I put energy, it will blast more. So for me, it's only way to become passive and wait. Wait for the person itself, something will happen to the person. Yeah, many times it ends up the relationship because I'm waiting. Person never changes. So for me, this is the issue, like where I'm struggling to find a solution that how to balance it.
And when to walk away.
Yeah, and they walk away, but sometimes person takes 12 years, 20 years to understand. And coming back, all comes back, but taking a long time, 12 years, 20 years, 14 years to understand a simple phenomenon of anger point. Why I become angry. It's taking such a long time.
Isn't that why we come here? I'm here to learn and grow. I said, my next life, I want to be an avatar. There aren't any women avatars.
No, in India we have. In India, India no scarcity.
What?
In India, woman avatar, man avatar, child avatar, animal avatar, so many avatars there. Here,
They have women avatars?
Anybody can become avatar. Here, elephant avatar, cow avatar, buffalo avatar, fish avatar.
Like,
And women,
are you talking like Sai
a lot
Baba?
of women goddesses there, all avatar incarnation. Yes.
Are you talking like Sai Baba, that type of avatar?
Sai Baba can see himself that I'm avatar, but in India also we have women also avatar.
You never hear about them because I had FaceTime Sai Baba when he was alive because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
my friends came and saw him over in India.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have a ton of stories about that. But anyway, um, and I said, you know, why aren't women ever acknowledged or acknowledged as much as men? And so they sent back, well, the women has the children and they need to take care of the children. I was just like, I don't think Sai Baba is saying this. I think it's one of his
No, but there
associates.
are women incarnation avatara, yes, but they are not nourishing children. They are dropping their family. Like in India right now, I see many women giving discourses or giving religious teachers. Many women
Mhm.
are doing that on the same level of Sai Baba, right, and considered as an incarnation or close to God, either in relationship to Krishna, somebody is Radha, and
Yeah.
somebody something. So in India, we have no scarcity of women can be incarnated here anytime.
Yeah, that's
Amma there, Amma in South, she's hugging everyone, whosoever.
oh, the you mean mother?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I met
And
her.
even if you go to South, Pondicherry, Aurobindo Ashram, there you see the temple of Mother, Shri Ma. Though
No,
she,
that
though
was
she, though she is from Israel, I think she is French or Jewish. But there you see the temple of her, and people worshiping her.
I went to see her.
In India, no
Uh,
scarcity.
but no, she was in the States. She was at Fairfield, Iowa.
Hmm,
And I went to see her, and I had Phoenix and Bliss with me and their dad. And we had to stand in line. And all she does is hug you, right?
hmm,
Anyway, the closer we got, Bliss started throwing a fit and started
hmm,
screaming and acting up. I couldn't take her near her. Isn't
hmm,
that interesting?
hmm,
And so when you go up to hug her, they have these two bodyguards
hmm,
standing by her. So, so we go to hug. So, me, I'm a hugger. So I go to put my arms around and they grab my arms and they pull them off and they go, you can't hug her. And I go, what do you mean I can't hug her? It was it was kind of funny actually. But I seem to have a way of triggering things. Let's just say it like that. I don't know why. But anyway, it was an interesting experience. But
So you
I
you are planning to be incarnated there? Like
no, I haven't decided if I want to come back again or not.
not this life,
What?
next time.
No, I want to go to India. That's on my list. I will go there. I will come and visit you.
Yeah.
And
Welcome.
I would like to teach at the ashram. Of course, I'm pretty out of the box. Do you think they can handle me? I
Don't
I know
worry,
how to
we
own.
have your teaching platform. We are also creating in Cyprus.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, in Cyprus, you can use all your talents which you have and apply them.
Mhm.
That will be needed.
Right?
That will be needed. Like in Cyprus, we are developing where we need person like you,
Mhm.
which has experience in therapy and can resolve issues and can guide people who are 70 plus.
I'm not even 70 yet. You got to quit saying that.
We are
I'm not
preparing.
there
No,
yet.
look, after 50, person has to start in India. If you become 50 years of age, like in India, we divide four. Like 100 years is a normal time of life, a person considered. Then 25 years is preparation, training, meditation to be ready to meet society, to become the part of the society. So 25 years is education, all kinds of education. After 25 years is the earning money, marrying, creating kids, developing business, developing resources for 25 years, 50. After 50, you start thinking about what you will do after 75. So 25 years, you prepare yourself waiting to cross 75 or 70, 75, and then renounce everything, become a backpacker, pack your bag, and go to the mountain and the forest alone. That kind of enthusiasm to build inside. Just after 50, you orient yourself that if I become 75, I should be capable of leading my life alone without support of my family, of my children, grandchildren, or husband or wife after 75. So you are,
Great.
yeah, developing a strength to be alone as a backpacker. So all the training which you had between 0 to 25 will be all applied here practically. So a student life beginning again after 75, which was 0 to 25. And this student will be also teaching. So he's after 75, looking for an avenues, such a strength that you are independent psychologically, physical, and ready to impart your knowledge, innovate, create. Do you call this person is old in 75?
Oh,
If this person has this psychology and this kind of preparation,
that's good.
yeah. So this,
That's good.
yeah, that is our practically, we are trying to put everything together. This
That's
as a
cool.
practical lesson, not as a theory.
No, I kind of live by what Ted Turner said. Have more passions in life than you can achieve in your lifetime.
Yeah, like I say, Jenny, you are going to be 75. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
If, yeah,
long
if,
time from now.
are you ready? Are you ready to leave everything, complete whatever you have lived, take a new risk completely to define yourself who you are,
Oh,
coming to a
I'm ready for that now.
completely new place, apply all your knowledge and wisdom to teach people and take a very innovative, radical new way. Are you ready for that?
Absolutely.
Look, so that's the
That's
seed.
that's why we're doing this because I'm ready to learn and grow and share.
Yeah. Again, just like a baby. With
Yep.
all the experience we had, fully ready to experiment with a new life. And
Well,
learning all the tricks to make your physiology support you and psychology support you.
you know, it's funny, after I moved away from family, moved down to Des Moines, and then I moved in that house and had the fire where I lost, my piano and everything. I was never a materialistic person, but I liked nice things. But I didn't need a lot of things. After that, I realized that, you know, why do people hold on to so much stuff that weighs them down, that takes responsibility? Even though I wasn't one of those, my mother was an organized hoarder. But I think it was because she was born poor that we had this big, beautiful house and there were antiques and there was, she was very organized. It was very beautiful and lots of stuff. And I kind of went the other way because I didn't want so much stuff around. But I kind of lost my point here. What was I talking about? Anyway, after I went through that, it just showed me, it took me into another level of myself, because when something like that happens, and we had looters come in a day after the fire, and it took all my jewelry, not that I had that great of jewelry, but things that meant something to me from the family, like my mother and stuff. So it's like you have to detach from all of that to really be free. Love, but don't expect, and don't need things or anyone to make you happy. So that was a powerful learning for me. It was painful, but it was powerful in a good way.
So, Jenny, we are running out of time, and this is a topic, big topic of love. Let's invite more people to let them speak something.
Yes.
We can change the title. I can ask,
what?
Growing Understanding of Love seems very intellectual. We can see something else. Experiencing in love, growing in love, rising in love,
Having
falling
fun.
having fun in love. Teenagers will flock around you after that.
I love teaching children. They're so fun, and they're so receptive, and they feel everything.
Yeah,
They can feel it.
You can't hide anything from teenagers.
No, I love that.
You cannot hide anything from a teenager.
Mm-mm.
They see you
Nope.
They are seeing you thoroughly. Your weakness, your strength, your behaviors, why you are doing it, they are understanding it. So see you tomorrow. I mean, next Wednesday. Let's explore this topic from many other dimensions. And
Good to
ask.
me.
Anusha also did not come today, no?
Why?
You are a mentor of this Anusha. Her name is Anusha. No? This woman came last time.
Oh, Irma or Yuma? Yuma. Yeah, I'll check with that. They might have had something going on. All right. Yeah. I always put it out there, so I'll keep putting it out there. I think a lot of them, when I post this afterwards, a lot of them go on it, but they just don't come to interact. And I always say, let's have some fun. So, all right.
All
Namaste,
right.
my
See
friend.
you next